Welcome back to my YouTube. Rotting vegetables. Just completely missed. Chocolate chunks. We are back in my kitchen today because I'm going to be doing some more baking. I low-key think this YouTube might turn into a bit of a baking situation, and if it does, we're here for it. But today we are making banana bread with these lovely, extremely ripe bananas my dad gifted me. But not just any banana bread. Oreo banana bread. So a really exciting and not so fun fact about me is I actually hate bananas. But I like banana bread. I wouldn't just be making something that I hate. I just don't get on with the texture. But I like the taste. A bit bizarre, I know. These have literally been stinking out my kitchen all morning. That sounds really grim. But you know when your bananas are just a bit ripe and they smell. But they just smell of banana. Not like I've got like rotting vegetables or anything. They just smell like really sweet banana. But yeah, just don't like the texture of them. So whenever I've eaten banana, it has to be pretty much unripe because I just don't like how they mush. But the mushable factor is really useful for banana bread. So 3 bananas in my really brightly coloured bowl. These bowls, honestly, there's a purple one, an orange one, pink one, and a turquoise one. They're very bright. It's a bit unnecessary, but here we are. So I'm gonna mash these 3 bananas up just with a fork. So if you make this and you've not had a workout, you can get one. Voila. That looks disgusting. Next is 225 grams of plain flour, which I just had to nip up to the shops to get because I thought I had flour. I didn't, and that's just gone everywhere. Excellent. 225 grams. I don't know if that was meant to be sieved, but it's not been. So maybe my banana bread won't rise. And I'm just gonna mix that together. Next is 100 grams of light brown sugar. It's a bit of a challenge, isn't it? Oh my God. I don't think that's meant to just have a hole there. I feel like that's not, oh my God, this is gonna be so messy. When you're as clumsy as me, you learn to kind of preempt things going wrong. I mean, I say that, it still all goes wrong. I'm much safer chopping the top off and trying to pour out of the side than I am just trying to make it work because quite heavy-handed and quite clumsy and just have no general awareness. So 100 grams of this, didn't actually spill any. So we need 3 teaspoons of the baking powder that I bought last week when I ran out before making my oats. 3 drops, 75 grams of melted butter, or I'm going to use this, slightly lower in calorie, but I have not yet melted it. Massive bird just flew past my window. I feel like I'm about to commit a crime here by using a spoon with butter. Like, that doesn't feel right in my head. I also wasn't sure how much 75 would look like, so I've got a really inappropriately sized bowl. 75 grams for reference for anybody who wants to use a bowl that's not too big, of course. Add my melted fake butter to my bowl. That looks so much better. I was worried it was a bit dry before, but makes sense now. A tablespoon of milk. I'm going to use almond. Just completely missed. How annoying is this new invention about lids being attached to bottles and cartons? So I always don't put it on right and then I end up with leaking liquid everywhere. Mix that together. Next, 50 grams of white, 50 grams of milk chocolate chips. Beautiful. And mix. Technically we're now folding. My folding isn't gonna look any different to my mixing. Voila. I have absolutely no perception of distance, but I have a tip. Fry light, put the pin itself, make the paper stick to it, and then the bits where you have to fold it over as well. I'll show you in a second. So here, where I've folded corners, just spray a little bit behind and it like sticks it down. Amazing. Honestly, I'll teach you so much. Right, we're pouring this in now. I'm gonna use the world's best invention. Something and feel like you've forgotten something. I once actually made brownies and forgot to put egg in them. Bit of a disaster. And I know what you're thinking, I've not put any Oreos in them. The Oreos are just on the top. Probably put some in it, but I've just put chocolate chunks in. And we're just gonna, I mean, I'll show you at the end, crumble some over the top. That's obviously not how we're crumbling. In the oven for 40 minutes. absolutely devastated when I went to the shops to get some 7-Up and they only had Sprite. 7-Up is 100% a superior drink. There is a difference between them, and I feel like you really have to be a 7-Up fan to understand. While that cooks, we're gonna have a little catch up. You up to anything nice this weekend? We are meant to be going out for Italian, which we were meant to go out for 3 weeks ago, and it's been delayed every week because some things come up or we've not been well enough to go. So fingers crossed we'll finally go this Saturday. I live in Italy, which I've heard great reviews of. I don't have to say that on here. I don't even know. Heard great reviews about it though. Apparently the pasta's really nice, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I'll just be training as usual Saturday morning. I'm probably go for little walks and things like that. So out for dinner this weekend, and then next weekend is literally my only free weekend until mid-January. That's just crazy. Obviously you know by now that I turned 30 in January, so my birthday normally lasts a few months. I just think it's such a miserable time of year to have a birthday. No offence to my parents for giving birth to me then, you know, you could have held on, but it's just such a rubbish time of year. It's so dark. January is about 7 weeks long. I don't know why that is, but January is about 7 weeks long. Everyone started diets and saving money. It's just such a rubbish time to have a birthday. I always make it last like at least 2 months just to actually have some enjoyment. So my 30th will probably last about 6 months. My friends and family just accept that. So if you're a January baby too, I do really feel your pain. Or like a late December baby. I feel like if you're any time after like the 26th, it's just miserable. Christmas is gone. Maybe you might be okay sort of up to New Year, but then as soon as we're into the New Year, it's hard, it's tough. It's tough for us out there, it really is. I was also thinking this week about when to put my Christmas tree up, or when to get my Christmas tree, because I'm team real tree. I just said that you can be real tree, the smell and everything. And I live in a flat, I don't know where I would store a fake tree anyway. So I get a real tree, but I don't know when I'm going to get it. I don't know when I'm going to decorate it. I just have a free weekend. Well, I might go check on that banana bread now. It smells so good in here. So we're going to get the toppings ready now. Chocolate spread and Oreos. Just love a new jar of spread. Just so satisfying when you break it. Look. Actually, might even have done that before. We want 3 tablespoons of this. That's not quite a tablespoon. Actually, quite a lot of chocolate spread for that. I've literally done the opposite of the butter and chosen a too small receptacle. We're gonna melt this now. Got this really nearly overflowing small dish of chocolate spread, and then I'm gonna break up a couple of these. It's ready! How good does that look? I'm gonna leave that to cool for 10 minutes before I turn it out of its loaf tin. How good does that look? I hope you've enjoyed this week's video, and if you have, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.